Hey everybody, what is going on? Hexlex here. Got another Master Duel video for you. It's Monday, which means of course it is time once again for one of our weekly viewer specials. For those who are not aware, maybe you're new to the channel or new to this particular video series, the viewer special is a time where we celebrate you all, the viewers. We do that every single week with one of these videos again here on Mondays. And the main way in which we do that is by watching your replays, which I'm definitely eager to do, of course, as always as ever. But as always as ever, we do need to begin by first congratulating the winner of this week's Plex Leaderboard Challenge. Now, before we do that real quick, I do just want to let you all know that I am currently in the process of getting some more prizing for the Leaderboard Challenge. So at this current time, we're going to kind of suspend it until that's finalized. So there might not be another one next week. Now, if I can get the prizing by next week, then we'll all be good. Basically, if you want more information about that, you're definitely going to want to head to the Discord channel linked in the description there and check it out for some more info, because I'll be posting updates there, right? But in the meantime, let's go ahead and celebrate this week's winner, which is Greasy Say. Greasy Say is actually our most recent entry into the Plex Leaderboard Challenge as well, and immediately we see a win rate of 72.2%. For those who are not aware, the Plex Leaderboard Challenge, basically we give away free weekly prizing to the person who has the highest win rate of that week using the untapped companion. If you're interested in getting that companion and tracking your games, you can do so with my affiliate link in the description below, and is a huge help to those who do use it. But yeah, Greasy Say 72% win rate overall, a higher going second win rate, that's pretty cool, and with Memento, which is a very, very solid deck, and one that I've had a ton of fun playing in the past, as well as some other cool decks here, like Goaty Orchist, Ogdontic, I don't know how you pronounce it, but the the reptile deck, yeah, this is really, really cool stuff here, so congrats once again to Greasy Say. But again, one of the main things that we do here, on top of celebrating people who are winning the Leaderboard Challenge, is by watching your replays. So if you have a replay that you want to submit to the Plex, or to the viewer special rather, then you're going to, like the Plex Leaderboard Challenge, you're going to want to check out the description and find the invite link to our Discord server. There we have a whole channel dedicated to viewer special submissions, and that is what it's called. And the main bit of info I'll need you to leave there is your 9-digit player ID. That way I'm able to view your publicly saved replays. Please do make sure they are publicly saved. That way I am, of course, able to, well, see them. On top of that, if you want to submit multiple replays, like multiple different games, that's 100% fine. You can submit as many different games as you would like. The only real thing I ask is that you don't submit the same game over and over again, right? We do 3, sometimes 4, but usually 3 games per week for the viewer special, so we don't always have time to feature everybody, but we do this every single week. So if you didn't get in this week, there's always the next week, and the next week, and the next week. So alright, I think that covers pretty much everything. Oh, the other thing is when you're submitting your games, it's very helpful if you leave a little blurb. It could be as simple as, I played this deck versus this deck. Or if you want to talk a little bit about the game, that's totally cool too. Okay, now I think we're all set to go ahead and look at our first replay. Okay, our first replay comes to us from a bad time, but I think we're actually in for a pretty good time for this one. So, let's see, we have a World Championship Qualifiers game here against Gino, and this is going to be Adventure Synchron versus Rescue Ace. So I'm actually pretty eager to see this one. Adventure Synchron is a deck that I have been interested in. I was actually just last night looking at some lists for it to see what all I needed to finish it. I know I need Junk Speeder. I think the main other thing I need is a Trishula, yeah. Anyway, let's see. This hand looks pretty good. I mean, I don't know about this deck. Oh, I guess it's not that good. Well, I was going to say, I guess maybe we don't have a level 6 Synchro to go into. No, we don't. I was like, oh yeah, we have like Tengu plus Assault Synchron, but no, we don't play any level 6s, so that's not, I mean, really, what plays would that have been anyway? Maybe climbing up to Excel and ending on a 10, but in any case, we do have Maxi and Nibiru here, so If nothing else, we do have that. Rhoda is going to add an airlifter for the opponent here. So, yeah, definitely not good to pass into Rescue Ace because, well, not good to pass into any deck, of course, but Rescue Ace now has the ability to set up their back rows before we have the ability to make plays here. Alright, Wanted coming down next to add the Diabell Star. We're holding on to that Maxi and that Nib. We've done 2 summons so far. Maxi getting fired off now. They're going to chain, or not chain, but then use the triple tag for the draw 2 here, which actually kind of makes sense. Like, you know, if your opponent doesn't have any live plays, then like, why would you hand rip them? I guess you could still want to look for hand traps though, right? So, alright, finding a Griffin Rider here, followed by an Effect Veiler. That's going to be pretty useful for stopping this turbulence, and the Imperm as well. Diabell Star setting Original Sin, which is like completely fine by this point because they already have Hydrant out, so like, what are you even going to OSS for? Like a Poplar? That's fine. I mean, maybe they could find Poplar plus Subversion, but we don't have any monsters to push back, so... And now we get to nib them after negating the Turbulence. It was very good on us to wait for the Turbulence effects to activate, because now, even if they are able to recycle it and summon it again, they can't activate it again, right? So... Okay, they've got the Preventer coming down here. Okay, OSS is going to send away the field spell for another Hydrant. I guess, to be fair, that did end up being a good use for it, but... Don't know how much our opponent was anticipating us having a nib. In any case, though, we get to walk away pretty much unscathed from this turn as far as damage goes. And also as much as far as their board goes, too. That's what I meant to say. So... Imperming the Preventer will stop it from booking our stuff face down. We get to summon out the Griffin Rider and then Assault Synchron. We may not have 6s, but we do have level 9 Synchros. And we're going to go for one of them here. The Ravenous Crocodile, yeah. Because Trishula takes multiple non-tuners, so... the Veiler is a little rough here, except no, we do have the Call By. Except we're not using it. Interesting. I wonder if we're intending to save it for maybe the... what is it? Oh, the Hydrant isn't in here, that's right. Maybe the Turbulence? I don't know. Anyway. It could also just be a case of, like, we can combo without it anyway. It actually does look like that's what's happening here. Excel Stardust is going to activate as well as the Stardust Trail, which will give us a token. Do we play regular Stardust? I wonder if we could, yeah, we do, don't we? So I'm wondering if we can maybe pull off a situation where we can tribute Excel and bring it back with Assault, although... I don't know. The Ash on the Stardust Illumination here is a little bit rough. Oh, that is actually what we're doing. Well, we're tributing, but... Without an Assault Synchron in the yard, we don't get back our Excel. That's fine, though. It's not that big of a deal. Going for a 7. That's going to be Shooting Riser Dragon. Reborn Tengu gets to summon another copy of itself. And Impulse, wow, is the last card in our opponent's hand. And thankfully we did save that call by here and we get to use it against the Impulse. That's wow, they had another response as the last card. I was sure that was going to be it, but at the same time, okay, that means if we can just deal with this board, then we're in the clear. One thing we do have to keep in mind is that if we send Preventer from the field to the graveyard, or just send it to the graveyard, period, they do get back, I imagine probably the Fire Engine here. Crimson Dragon for the Rumble F, bringing back Stardust. Now we can bring back the Revolution as a level 1 as well. Potentially. Looks like we're making the Crystal Wing here. Oh, and that can let us negate the Preventer effect, yep. As well as dealing a good bit of damage to them as well. Yep, there's that. This can also negate the Hydrant on their turn as well. Crystal Wing is also another UR that I would need for this deck. Yeah, battling over... Oh yeah, we can just battle over Hydrant. Because it's only if you control the Rescue Ace, not just monsters, period, so... there is a big Nib token. Why did they battle... Huh? I don't know why you would battle Reborn Tengu there. Unless you're just going for damage. That was a really weird decision on the opponent's part. They definitely should have battled over Crystal Wing there. I guess they wanted more damage, but if it's not lethal here, then it doesn't really matter how much damage you're doing. Plus, if you do draw follow-up plays and they still have Crystal Wing, that's gonna, well, reduce your ability to actually do follow-up, so... Alright, we'll get the Rev Synchron here. I think, did I see that we play, we do play a Legal Knight. Oh, no, it is up to 2, so yeah. Like, even without going for Junk Speeder here, we could also just adventure into a Legal Knight and then bounce the... Wow, and they have a Maxi too. And then bounce the token, potentially. But yep, that Maxi is getting negated because of Crystal Wing. I don't know why they didn't... Again, I know the answer is probably just damage, but... I guess I don't know why you would value damage so highly over, over stopping negations here. Again, if it's not lethal, then you shouldn't prioritize damage. You should prioritize, you know, making their field as unthreatening as possible. Alright, so this is... Oh, this is 5 and 5. So this is just Baron, right? And then we can pop the token and then swing in for lethal. Looks like it. But we're even going to throw out the Bestial Dissipator as well. No! No, even better, the Majestic Star Dragon. Oh, Bestial Dissipator. I was clearly not thinking, didn't have enough of a clear mind. Huh? But, no, that was really, really good. Thank you very much for that submission. Like I said, Adventure Synchron is a deck that I have been... That has piqued my curiosity for quite some time. Well, can you believe it? Me, the person who loves synchros, wants to try Synchron. But, yeah, thank you very much for that submission, A Bad Time. I really do appreciate that. I had quite a good time. But, all right, let's take a look at our next replay here. All right, let's do a submission that came in mid-video. Like, literally as I was recording this, as I went to go look at the next one, this submission came in, and I want to watch one of these. For those who are curious, by the way, I typically record these on Sunday morning, so like about 24 hours before the actual video goes out. I have had people ask that before. I can't talk today. Anyway, Zerux here has a few replays where they are on Hero. Hero, although I haven't logged into my alt account to play it in quite some time, has been, historically, when I played the TCG, one of my favorite archetypes. So I always like making room for Hero, given a little time for them. I think I want to check out this replay, which, if I recall correctly, should be us playing through a Maxi. Maxi is notoriously Hero's worst enemy, as it doesn't really have any good plays under it. I mean, that's true of a lot of decks, to be fair, but it is definitely especially true of Hero, that's for sure. Our opponent's also on Snake Eye here, so it looks like they're going to lead with a Kashtira for the Birth. Of course, throwing down that Birth as well. And then normally in Poplar, is it pure Snake Eye? I guess it is. I'm assuming it is. I don't know. Every now and then I have seen occasionally a Fire King build on Kashtira package as well, but that's pretty few and far between because there's really not that much room in the main deck. It'd be interesting if this really was pure. Oh, and they already opened the temple. Oh, and they placed the Oak. Ooh, somebody who knows how to play Snake Eye. You would be surprised. You would be surprised. Not everyone. I see a lot of people, like, especially on the subreddit, call Snake Eye a really easy deck to play. I mean, everyone always calls the meta deck Autopilot, which is very much not true. But for a deck that's supposedly Autopilot, I see people not doing Snake Eye lines correctly all the time. Here, our opponent actually is. Oh, so we're gonna play through a Snake Eye board and a Maxi, is that right? Or did I mix up the games? I mean, either way, this will definitely be a duel that I want to see. Alright, so yep, here's their Promethean Princess. Bringing back the Poplar. Going for probably Raging Phoenix if it's pure. No, it's Airly. Oh, they're doing this line. Okay. Is this Celine then? No, oh, it's Heat Soul. That's what they're doing. Oh, yeah. I'm decidedly less impressed now. I really am, honestly. I'm just not. I don't understand. It's the same thing that happened in Mathmech a little bit, where like, I mean, Mathmech was different because you already played Heat Soul anyway, and like, you know, even if you had an end board that focused on going into it, you could still just make it naturally a lot of the time. But I kind of don't understand the fascination with Snake Eye, with Heat Soul in Snake Eye in particular. Like, I don't know. I understand that Draw 2 is really good, but I think people really underestimate stuff like Raging Phoenix and Ambler Whale. I mean, Airly is not a bad card. I actually totally forgot it was a Cyberse, but I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of this Snake Guy. Anyway. Okay, we drew Stratos for turn, right? We did already have Rhoda, so I don't know how much we needed that. Draw phase, opponent's going to Link Kribo and Flambridge for the IP, which actually does play around the triple tack in our hand. Which is why I typically like to do it in the Flambridge for IP in the draw phase as well. Oh, it is! Okay, so we're playing through Maxi and a Snake Eye board here. That's going to come down as soon as we activate Ferris. Shadow Mist F and Ferris effects will both activate here. Tempo is going to bring back the Airly. And then Unicorn also getting the extra deck grip. Let's see what they end up taking here. I'm actually curious. They took Dark Law? Oh, that was not right. Like, okay, I'm not a hero main. I don't, especially with all the newer support. I haven't played hero in quite some time, but Dark Law I don't think was correct at all. If I had to guess, I don't know, actually. We do play 2 Cross Crusader, and that was the one that I was going to guess that you take. Maybe Wake Up then, or possibly the Infernal Rage. Normally, I think I would take Cross Crusader, because I always see this in the combo line, but if you're on 2, I think we have to take either one of these fusions. Not Wonder Driver, either Wake Up or Infernal Rage. Again, I'm not the most familiar with Hero, but that would be my guess. Okay, Vision Hero Increase coming down and activating the effect for Vion. Vion activating. I do know that if you want to disrupt the main combo line, stopping Vion is the best way to do it. So, like, really, I think our opponent should have negated the increase effect. Although, to be fair, if you negate Vion's effects as a whole, that kind of does the same thing. But it does give us an extra body. Ash Blossom on the Rhoda, which I think was probably bait from us, because we haven't used our normal, right? Yeah, we haven't used our normal summon. So, if so, good bait. It baits out the Ash from the opponent as well as the Birth here. Now we can Foolish and send away the Mally and not have to worry about that. Link off the Vion and Increase to go for the Cross Crusader. I think that's probably why they should have just negated the Increase, though, right? To not even summon Vion is to not give the extra body. They're going to Promethean Princess and IP. I was going to say, you would have to do that in the same chain link here, right? Oh my god, and they're making a 4-mat Apo on top of it. However, we have a certain card in hand, which is actually kind of one of the main reasons why I don't like making Appaloosa with IP and Snake Eye. Or honestly, in general, like, even in other decks where you could potentially go for something like that, I do tend to prefer to go for other cards. Especially now that Little Knight is out. Okay, Oak back the Poplar. Triple attack. We're going to steal their Appaloosa here. And honestly, I think that is why I really don't like making Appo a lot of the time. Like, I don't know, I've said this before, and I should probably talk about this more in a Snake Eye video, but when it comes to using IP in Snake Eye, this is, I think, as weird as it sounds, I think most of the time that people make Appaloosa with IP and Snake Eye, it's a misplay. I really do. Because, I mean, not that our opponent here did it, but a lot of the time I will see people, like, kind of shotgunning that as, like, the very first action. Like, as soon as they get past priority during my main phase, they'll just immediately go into the Appo. Which is, again, especially now that SP is out, I think is generally a misplay. A lot of people complain about Appaloosa. I find this card incredibly easy to play around. Not just because of triple attack, but, you know, it's harder when it's 4 material, but when you are up against a 3-mat Appo, which is the vast majority of the time what it is, it's not that hard to bait it once, get it to use the effect, battle over it, and then you're just good to go anyway. So, yeah, here we can take Appo. They no longer have any on-the-board effects or in-graveyard effects. Really, they don't have any disruption unless they top deck it off Maxi. They've already used Ash Blossom. They can't Imperm. So I think Valor and Nib are really the only things that threaten us anymore. And yeah, we have the Appaloosa, so that's actually not even a threat. Alright, Driver is coming out here. Makes sense. Now we get to Poly, fusing the Neos and the Stratos. Is that Shining Wingman materials? No, it's Infernal Rage materials, right. Because we used a normal, I think. Is it? I don't know, it's just different attributes. Okay. So we get the favorite contact, and we also get to add back the poly here, or set it, either way. Send off for Sunrise. Sunrise F will let us add the Miracle Fusion. We can then Miracle Fusion. We're going to banish Neos and Infernal Rage to make... Oh no, this one is the Shining Neos. Yep. I just got a little ahead of myself there. We get to pop 3 of their cards. Our board is already huge, by the way. Like, we have 16,000 points of damage on the board. And then, yeah, Sunrise gets the pop, too. So, like, we're so good to go for an OTK here. And we even finish them off with their own Apo. That's so good. Yeah, thanks for that submission. And it was very good timing because you got in literally right as I was recording. So, good stuff. I'm glad that we watched that duel there. Thank you very much, Xerix. We do have one more game we're going to check out, so let us see that. Okay, our final submission for today comes to us from friend of the channel, Alnick. Alnick has some games with Valmonica Exo Sisters, which I've seen that deck at least one tournament top. It's interesting that you can combine, because I've also heard about Mathmech Valmonica being a thing. It sounds like pretty much any deck that plays a lot of level 4s has a lot of potential to utilize the Valmonica, or I guess vice versa, the Valmonica can utilize things that play a lot of level 4s. But I think, let's see here, let me actually look at the different descriptions here. Let's take a look at this duel where we're up against Resonators. Exo Sister is one of those decks that I've been a bit curious about in the past, but it's so expensive. And yeah, the reason why the 4s are good with Valmonica is because their pentascale is 3 to 5. So, okay, we're going to take the first move here. We're going to start with the Valmonica Soletta. And let's see, apply one of these effects unless you have a Valmonica card in your pen zone. So we get one of the effects there. We're going to gain 500 to place a card on bottom and then draw 2. Alright. Exo Sister F will then allow us to go for the Exo Ellis here, and then overlay for oh my god, how do you say this card's name again? Caspatel. Casper, like the ghost, and then she's in, yeah, okay, that's all I remember right. So, alright, we got Stella and another Ellis here, gonna go for the rank 4, which is going to be the Michaelis? Not sure. Anyway, that's going to add VODS, which will let us potentially summon again during our opponent's turn. And of course, we get to overlay our 2 rank 4s for the rank 8 Exo Sisters Magnifica. I remember when XCs first came out. I remember, because I remember wondering, like, oh, are you ever going to be able to overlay 2 rank 4s, or like 2 of the same rank to go into double of that rank? So, that was like when XCs first came out, even before like the rank up cards, so which is how they kind of end up doing most Xyz on Xyz stuff. But I always thought Exo Sister Magnifica was cool for that reason. Anyway, they're going to lead with the Soul Resonator here, which I don't know a lot about Resonator off the top of my head, but I do know that Soul Resonator is enough to do a 1-card combo line. So yeah, definitely good of us to banish. Wow, I didn't realize that would just end their turn. Like, I knew that was a good card to go for, but wow. Going for our Royal Celtrice Valmonica during the end phase here. Going to activate our Angelo's effect to set up our scale. Invitaire is going to allow us to add the Demono and then place the Angelo in the extra deck. Hand summoning those 2 out, and then going for Demono's effect. We get to burn and then add Valmonica Versar F. Let us pay 5, and basically we're just building up those resonance counters right now. Because of course the Valmonica deck very much wants to have 3 of those. Wow, we have a Royal Martha too. That's cool. We get to normal summon the Celtrice Valmonica because we still have not normal yet. Use the effect to add the Disharmonia, or Disarmonia rather. Because remember, we summoned this Celtrice Valmonica during the opponent's end phase last turn, so we can still normal this one and get the effect there. Alright, going for a rank 4 here, and that's going to be the Exo Sister Gibrine. And another rank 4. Will this be another Exo? It will. It'll be another Michaelis. Well, I didn't realize this was like completely generic, although you don't get the quick effect unless you use an Exo monster. But to be fair, we're not going to really need that here anyway, as we're already swinging in for lethal, thanks to the double attacking capabilities of the Exo Sister Magnifica. Alright, that's some good stuff. Thank you to Alnick, and of course, thank you to everyone who submitted. Again, regardless of if you got featured or not, the viewer special series is not one that can happen without you all submitting those games in. So, and I really like it. I really like the opportunity to see so many cool decks and cool games. You get to showcase it for everyone, too. So, thank you to everyone who has been submitting. It is very, very much appreciated. But that's going to do it for this time. This is Hexlex, and let's just move on to our outro. Hey everybody, Hexlex here. Just want to give you a huge thanks for watching all the way to the very end of the video. Believe it or not, that is actually one of the best ways that you can support the channel, is by watching the videos in their entirety. But there are many ways in which you can support the channel if you are so interested. The names that you're seeing on screen here, I gotta give an extra special thanks to, because these are people who have chosen to either become a member on YouTube, which if you're interested you can do as well via the join button next to the subscribe button down there, or have signed up over on Patreon and become members there. Link to that is going to be in the description below. Without the support that is being offered by, again, all the people that you're seeing on screen right here, I would not be able to take the time to dedicate to uploading daily YouTube videos. So thank you so very much. But there are also other ways you can support as well. Again, link to the description below. If you like my deck tracker that you'll see in a lot of my videos, the Untapped Companion, you can download that for free, and if you use my affiliate link down there, then that also goes a long way towards supporting the channel. That's, again, free. So is subscribing here on YouTube. That's also free and a huge way to support. You can also check out Twitch, once again linked in the description below. Following and subscribing over there will not only support as well, but also give you notifications of when I go live if you want to catch some of the live streams. But really, no matter how you choose to support, it all adds up, and it all definitely means the world. So thank you, each and every one of you. For now, this is Hexlex. I'm going to be signing out. But more than that, I'm hoping that you have a fantastic day.